Stephen A. Smith. Oh, man. They all say that every joke has an ounce of truth. Well, you're going to hear this joke from Stephen A. Smith. You're going to think it has a pound of truth because Stephen A. Smith was on his show, First Take, #1 in the ratings for 12 years, 13 years, maybe 14 years, whatever it is. They keep killing it. Well, you keep bringing on these SportsCenter anchors and you ain't going to be killing it for long. Even Stephen A. Smith had to point that out. So don't think it's just me. Don't take my word for it. Listen to Stephen A. Smith kind of clown his own network, his own executives for one of his own shows because this don't make no sense. They were talking about Aaron Rodgers and they just went off the rails. Let's hear it.
He's on the wrong side of 40. As somebody who's been through a midlife crisis, and I got 4 tattoos to show for it, this man's midlife crisis is ayahuasca, Egypt trips, and sparring with his head coach in the media in the biggest city in the world.
That doesn't sound like a midlife crisis to me. That's number one.
Sound like a good time. You can't fault
It
that
sounds
one on
like
vacation.
distracting. It sounds like
Who's running SportsCenter?
Really? 4
I mean,
tattoos?
there's something going
What's
on.
the best one?
There's something going on. I got to talk to the bosses for SportsCenter. What's going on? They get y'all up too early? They let y'all go to sleep too late? What the hell is up?
geo coordinates.
You know, I used to look forward to going on SportsCenter.
We would love to have you back.
Yeah,
no, you didn't.
I mean, I love doing SportsCenter. I really, really do. You know, you do First Take. And then
You don't do SportsCenter hits anymore?
I don't. I mean, listen, they call me sometimes, but they know I'm
There you
busy.
go.
So, I appreciate the
We're on
break and
early.
all that stuff. But I'll always be there for my SportsCenter people, always. It's flagship. We know this. I'm just saying there's an expectation. I know what they know. I know how knowledgeable they are. I can't believe how people's perspectives get warped. What the hell has happened to y'all?
Stephen A. Smith, being as diplomatic and nice as possible, don't really want that friendly fire. He looking at them guys like, what has happened to y'all? He said some choice words like expectation. Now, let me step back before I go back in. We all know how SportsCenter, flagship show, as even Stephen A. Smith pointed out, used to set the tone for all the other shows. Like, it ran through SportsCenter. I know as a former athlete, we were pumped just to get on SportsCenter. Frankly, I didn't even know of some of these shows, and frankly, some of these shows weren't around. But I didn't know there was an NFL Live. I didn't know. When I played, I did not hear of NFL Live. First time I heard about it when I went on it. I was like, I worked on NFL Live. I was like, oh, we got a daily show talking about football. All right, cool. Sometimes you're just in your bubble, right? I knew a SportsCenter. I knew a Sunday Night Countdown. I knew all that. But I didn't know about no damn NFL Live, et cetera, et cetera. But there used to be star power around SportsCenter. They used to really bring information, and they used to bring it to you first. So they took their first hit. They got stabbed right in the stomach with all this digital and, now on demand and the fact that we got the internet. Hey, bruh, not waiting for 6 o'clock to find out who won that game. It pops up. You get the alert. We all know how it goes. Notifications right at the top of the damn iPhone. Who won your game? Okay, so that hurts because now we're not breaking any news or we're not really alerting you guys to anything. And all we are is a highlight show. Okay, I want the highlights. And then look at the internet. They done cut up the highlights faster than SportsCenter. Then AI done took off now. You can cut up anything. You can make it what you want. That didn't even happen. And now that's a highlight. You get it? People putting faces. I saw Donald Trump hanging out with Kamala Harris video, and that wasn't real, but it looked real. That's my point. So when things can't happen like that, it can't be real, what happens? It's time to get fake. So let's go back. So now there's no star power really on SportsCenter. Scott Van Pelt, right? A couple other guys, but like it ain't the same. We all know. Stephen A. Smith wanted to say this. Man, y'all corny. This is corny. This is whack. What are y'all doing? So I'm not going to talk about those guys because that's not how I get down. I'm going to talk about what they did. What they did is, this is what happens when you realize to be relevant, kind of grasping at what you used to be, this show used to be, SportsCenter used to be. Everyone wants to be Stuart Scott. Everyone wants to go back and be Dan Patrick. Everyone wants to be Keith Olbermann. Everyone wants to go back. And we got to get that back. But you're not being who you are because that's gone. And who you are is not that. but then they reach back and, they come out. We gonna do the Aaron Rodgers topic? Okay, I'm about to say this. Oh, it's Egypt trips to ayahuasca, and I'm like, y'all. Bruh. This is why the athlete's voice is so necessary. This is why the journalist's voice is so necessary. It's like a counterbalance, right? Like the athlete got to be like, hey, bruh, what you just said there, weak. Like, I'm Aaron Rodgers, wrong side of 40. Wasn't Tom Brady winning championships on the wrong side of 40? Whoever said the wrong? First of all, football, we never even thought about making it to 40. So, wrong side of 40. Ain't no side to 40. Nobody ever been there, really. Tom Brady, Vince Evans. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Wrong side of 40. Like, you can just see. It's almost like he was in an executive marketing meeting. They were like, okay, let's do this. If you say this, you'll get a reaction. And props to Stephen A. for just saying, I'm not going to clown y'all because y'all work here. I'm not going to clown y'all because y'all work on the show that everybody respects, even though it ain't the same. But if y'all ever come up here with that cornbread again, I'm going to show y'all something. So the funniest part about it is Molly be asking them questions. People be trying to clown Molly. Molly be asking them questions that just kind of, and you be like, damn. She's like, so in that moment, they were like, do they call you? You ever go to Sportscenter, whatever they said. And he was like, oh, they call me, but, they know I'm busy. You know what that means? You know what that's code for? Nah, son. Not mixing this brand with that. And he ain't going to do Van Pelt because he does First Take. You know when Van Pelt comes on? Late night. You know when he comes on? Early morning. So he like, damn, Van Pelt, sorry, brother. I got you. But the rest of y'all, the way my brand works, my checking and savings, it ain't going to mix with y'all doing this. That was not a hot take by them. It just had hot take ingredients. It wasn't really a hot take. It's just like, come on, y'all. That age of like talking about cats, I don't know the benefits. I don't know how that's going to win. Maybe it was just a bad take, or more importantly, maybe it's just a bad situation. And that's what's sad to see about SportsCenter. It's so amazing, but raise your hand if you're watching SportsCenter. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know if you watch SportsCenter. It's just, what does it serve? Only thing I do watch is Van Pelt. Because I like Van Pelt. Even though I know all the information pretty much, except the gambling. I never know that. He always knows that. But other than that, I'm like, it's okay. I can suffer through knowing that the Twins beat the Orioles. Because I want to hear how you say it. Well, based on how Stephen A. Smith reacted to the SportsCenter anchors, I don't think he wants to hear how they say it. Beat up in the comments. What did y'all think about that? I just thought that was really interesting. Like, it's just another thing that highlights how things are shifting. Because that used to be a play. That used to be a play that scored touchdowns. Now, pick six. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.